How are you doing, all you hardcores? Hope you well. Turn this song off. Right, I did a video this morning on way to office, but I left volume button off, so I better get this video out now, otherwise I'll be getting in trouble. And Jay will be telling me off. She'll have me in on a Sunday. This is getting like a boring subject now, but it's massive news at the moment. Massive. Eddie Hearn's in talks with Miller. Oh my god, why don't they just pay Dillian Whyte? I'm not saying they've signed Miller to fight Joshua. Miller's his fighter, innit, for DAZN, but come on. Miller, 23.5 stone. Speak, 23.5 stone against 18.5 stone. Come on. Shorter arms, shorter in height, 5 stone heavier, and he's fought nobody. He's been fighting stiffs. The reaction on social media yesterday, people were just setting about Joshua. How can he start demanding 80%? How can they get away with it? Hatman and Sporting Icons and Adam Gimp Smith, creepiest man in boxing, they are writing the scripts as we speak. Hatman's video, oh, I think Miller beats a prime Klitschko. Oh, God, what on earth are they on? What are they on? I bet, hang on, let me get this. See, that's some matters. That's a bit better, isn't it? What are they on? I mean, what planet are they on? Do you know what I mean? Frank Warren's reaction were unbelievable in his interview with Coogie Bear on IFL. Frank Warren just said it's turned a little bit, hasn't it? He's got to fight somebody. Now, Kugan Cassius let his guard down, so I'm assuming that he might have had a fallout with Joshua. I don't know, but he turned around and said, I agree with you, Frank. Now, he's supposed to be impartial, isn't he, company man Kugan? Well, he won't worry. He come out with it, and I'm proud of Kugan for saying that. I'm proud of him standing up for his saying, yeah, Joshua's got to fight somebody. He's got to fight Wilder or Fury next, or Dillian Whyte. I know Dillian don't bring a belt to the table, but he's a #1 in 2 governing bodies, isn't he? And he's earned the right, hasn't he? Since Joshua beat him, he's gone 9-0, 5 knockouts, 2 of them world champions. One of them undefeated world champion, or former world champion, Brown. And the other one with 1 defeat, Parker against Joshua, same as Dillian. I know we were hanging on at the end, but he won the fight, didn't he? Dillian Whyte won the fight. And I think Joshua could be bothered about Dillian Whyte, you know. I mean, if he catches with that left hook, you're gonna go timber. And with Jimmy Tibbs and Mark Tibbs in corner, they will be ready for Joshua, trust me. And it's got to a stage now where Joshua's everybody's favourite whipping boy, isn't he? He's gone from being, you know, Mr. Corporate, reading off the script, to, well, he's been done for drugs, he's beat people up, he's been in jail, he's had a kid with a stripper and they denied it, and they kept it out at press 9 months, and Fleet Street have got a pile of papers on him this deep, and blah de blah. He's everybody's favourite whipping boy. They build him up and knock him down. Look, we knew this was going to happen, didn't we? It's what they do in England. His best win's a 41-year-old who were 18 months on the settee. That's how it's going, isn't it? Right? But fans are not stupid. They're not stupid. That Wembley, April 13th. Oh my God! Oh, they're going to put on there. They've got to put White on against Joshua. They might just get away with that with a good undercard, but I don't know. It's it's one of them things, isn't it? It's I've got Boy Racer up my backside here. Look at this here. I always cop for one, don't I? 48-year-old, I shouldn't be flying around corners like that. Should be a bit more mature. I should be a bit more mature. Let me slow down. I have an heart attack at my age driving a fast car like this. Good God. Wait till I get my Porsche. I'll probably die in it, waiting overtaking somebody. Now, look, it's got to the stage now where it's becoming a joke, innit? It's becoming a joke. The Hearns are raping boxing. How are they going to sell this next fight? How are they going to sell it? Look at the delay we've had since he fought Povetkin. It's all a bit of a mess, isn't it? They've got no lined up. Why haven't they got no lined up? Because they're boxed in, let me tell you. They're boxed in, and they need to start answering some proper questions. I want a full rundown on that StubHub job, me. I want to know why they put pay-per-view up £3. Why, when asked about StubHub, they keep saying don't buy it. Well, why don't you tell us not to buy anything from JD Sports? Hey, go on then, Grandma. Get in your lane. But no, I want to know what's going on. What's happening with Callum Smith? He's been parked up, hasn't he, like they passed Josh Warrington up. Why don't they get Golovkin over? Callum Smith doesn't sell a ticket. Doesn't sell a ticket. They're boxed in, I'm telling you now. They put all their eggs in one basket with Joshua, and they've got that greedy. All the promoters have ganged up on him. Eddie Hearn couldn't get De Gale, could he, in Eubank? They tried to get it, didn't they? Adam Gimp from Gimpville Island, Smith, tried to get that, didn't he, with Barney Francis? They couldn't get it, could they? Al Heyman blew them away. Same as the purse bid. The purse bid between Dillian Whyte and Pulev. They got blown away, didn't they, by about 50%, 45%. Put your money where your mouth is. You've got $1 billion, haven't you? $1 billion Eddie? Part with it. DAZN's not doing the numbers. Everybody in the boxing industry knows it's not doing the numbers. Look at the fights they're putting on. It's like that Matchroom Italy, Matchroom Germany. Oh my God! They're spreading themselves a bit thin. One rule about business, don't spread yourselves thin. Alright? Do not spread yourselves thin. When I used to do scrap metal, I had 44 body shops, giving me wings, doors, bonnets, damaged alloy wheels. Sometimes I'd take full cars that were all wrote off. You get a full car on, push it, lift it up, tilt it on and drop it onto the back, on back of an Iveco, but I couldn't get around them all the time. I couldn't spend the time with the people who were giving me the, yeah, you can take our scrap, they all wanted drinks here and there and you got to grease a few palms. I couldn't get around them all, and I was losing business through it and spreading myself thin, didn't I, being greedy. Eventually I managed to get it under control, but then they shut me down with it because I read diesel and waste carrier license. But don't spread yourself thin in business. Concentrate on one thing at a time and you can give it your undivided attention. And if you fail, you do something else, don't you? You can do cars and then you can do boxing or media channels like I'm doing. You've got to concentrate on one thing and you've got to have a go. Put yourself in a position where you can have a go, where you're not bothered if you don't earn out for a while. Because you're in that position, you can give it your undivided attention. It's like I'm giving this boxing channel my undivided attention. There's no money in it, but hopefully it might pay for itself soon. But don't spread yourself thin. The Hearns are being greedy. Yeah, they're getting money, they're getting kickbacks from TV companies in other countries. Yeah, brilliant. But you know them kickbacks they're getting, they're not putting it into shows, are they? Have you seen them shows? I'm not going to say a name, but I know somebody who's been offered to fight on one of them European shows. And it was journeyman money. Journeyman money. Do you know what I mean? I'll finish this video and then I'm going to get changed. I'm going out for a game of snooker. But But no, it's one of them things, isn't it? One of them things. But point I'm going to make is they're spreading themselves thin now. Let me just go through this here. Is Joshua backed into a corner? That's from some of my notes that I jotted down last night. Is he backed into a corner? Yeah, I think he is. I actually think Anthony Joshua is a fighting man. I'm not going to say he can't fight. The kid can fight. But it's plain to see that he's been backed into a corner, him and his team. They've gone for money. Now he's got 14 sponsors. They're all blue chip companies, so it's a smash and grab, innit? He is whoring himself out. Now Eddie Earns took a back seat on this Dillian Whyte business. He's saying the bid towards Dillian Whyte's come from Joshua and his team, which it will have done, because when you have a pay-per-view show, the home fighter owns the show, so he will have put the bid to Dillian Whyte, and he probably thinks Dillian Whyte's stuck for a few quid. Well, Dillian's a millionaire now, isn't he? So he ain't stuck, is he? And I can assure you, promoters will be beating the door down to get Dillian Whyte. Frank Warren, right? I've been told he'll take Dillian Whyte tomorrow. He's just waiting to pounce, isn't he? You see, Frank, for all his faults, and he's got a lot of faults, he does know the game, and he knows how to manoeuvre himself. A good friend of mine, I'm not going to say who, once said to me that he could survive a nuclear blast. Right, he probably could. Because only things that survive nuclear blasts are cockroaches, aren't they? Frank is a cockroach, isn't he? Let's have it right. But he knows the game, doesn't he? At this moment in time, I prefer Frank to Eddie and his dad. I don't like where they're going with boxing. I applaud Frank and Tyson Fury for fighting Wilder. What they've done, they've took the play away. They've took the play away from Joshua. It was simple. We'll have 2 fights, not look 100%. Wilder will come begging. We'll fight him, beat him, and then they're in pole position. They beat Wilder. They didn't get a decision. It was a draw. They give it as a draw. They beat him by 2 rounds minimum. And they've took the play away. The fans have gone on Tyson's side because he played a blinder, Tyson. You've got to give him his dues. He's played a blinder, but Joshua is milking it. He can't milk it anymore. If you're going to divvy up 20 to 25 million pound, right, and you're going to offer somebody 3 million, and what, you're going to keep rest for yourself? Because I sell out against TBA. They're saying if Joshua fights TBA, they'll sell out. Okay, then if that's the case, then why doesn't Eddie Earn go on sale at Wembley, April 13th, and put Joshua versus TBA? Put Joshua versus TBA and see how many tickets. See if you sell out in 10 minutes. Because there's none of that stub-up no more now, is there? None of that selling out in 10 minutes and having to give them away. We're all a big con, wasn't it? Could Fury fight Joshua this April? Yeah, I think he could. I think he could fight him. I think he could fight him. I think it's a possibility, but I don't think so at the moment. But I think it's a possibility. I think it's a possibility. Would I like to see Tyson fight Joshua in April? No. I'd like to see him fight him in 2020. World Cup, when the World Cup's on. That's what I'd like to see. In the middle of the World Cup matches. When Britain's going to be on top of the game. Middle of the World Cup matches, I'd like them to throw boxing in on one at nights when there's no England team playing. I think that'd be a good way to get country behind fight. Could any of the following fight Joshua in April? Could we see a Fury against White? I don't think we'd see Fury against White. Could we see Vladimir against White? Yeah, that's a possibility. That's been in talks. Could we see Joshua against Miller? Could they wheel Miller out? Could Eddie Hearn wheel Miller out at Wembley? If they wheeled Miller out at Wembley, in my opinion, it would be commercial suicide. And also in Claire Marsh's opinion. Shout out Claire, how are you doing? Ex-Navy SEAL from up north. She comments on my comment section, Lady Marsh, ex-Navy SEAL, do not mess with Claire Marsh. Boom, should knock you clean out. But no, I think the brass neck, see Eddie and his dad, you see, the businessmen, and I don't knock that because they have done well for Joshua, but it's now bordering on abuse of the fans, innit? We've had the StubHub, we've had the pay-per-view increase. StubHub's a secondary ticket market, as you hardcore fans know. We don't agree with it. So we've had StubHub, who sponsor them. We've had the pay-per-view increase, £3. If you're getting 1 million buys 6 times a year, that's 6 million buys. An extra £3 puts another 18 million in the coffers. A third of that goes to Matchroom. So Matchroom could be making up to 6 million a year just from that third of £3, that £1. It all adds up, doesn't it? Here's another one of Matchroom's, the third one I'm not happy with. Matchroom Fight Pass. They've got 15,000 people paying £30 a year. They're paying £30 a year to pick a Joshua ticket or any pay-per-view a day before they go on general sale. Whoever thought of that is just greedy, plain old greedy. And I think that Barry Hearn and Eddie leave a lot to be desired. They don't care for fans. They don't care for fans. That's why I'm going to entitle this video, Barry and Eddie Hearn are robbing the fans. Hashtag raging. That's what this video is going to be called. And so NJ, when you get this video, that's the title I want you to put out when you've uploaded it. Because it's just shocking what's going on, isn't it? Shocking, 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 shocking. What is going on? In fact, I'm not even going to blame Eddie for this, because I was looking at the snooker model, right? I was looking at the snooker model going back a few years, trying to work out why they're like they are, the Hearns. I'm going to call this video, Barry Hearn is abusing the boxing fans. That's what I'm going to call this video. Barry, I know you're watching. I know you'll watch it. And it's just how I feel, Barry. I think that it's become a joke now. If you don't put Wilder, White or Fury in with Joshua in April, Barry, I'm going to lose respect for you. Now, you got cocky announcing 2 Wembley dates. Thinking, oh, we'll beat Povetkin. We've got 2 dates announced. Now, if Povetkin beat Joshua, it'd have been they'd have had a rematch with him, wouldn't they? Eh? You get what you negotiate. So they've had 2 Povetkin fights. Oh my God. That's why they had 2 dates booked. What are they worried about Povetkin? No, I don't think so. We were pushing 40-year-old, wasn't he? But it's now become an abuse of power. And I hope that you're going to like the cover picture on this. I hope you're going to like the cover picture. Because it's a picture of Barry Hearn with a load of money in his hand. Yeah, I might be stitching him up, putting that picture up, but so what? They've been stitching us up years, them Hearns. I feel like I've been stitched up like a Buxted chicken paying my £30 for Matchroom Fight Pass. Because I initially paid it because they were going to stream boxing shows. They only did 1 show, didn't they? And packed it in. 20 minutes, got 10 minutes left. So, could they put Joshua Miller on? Could they put Miller White on at Wembley? Could they put Wilder White on at Wembley? They wouldn't get away with Miller White at Wembley. They'd get away with Wilder at Wembley against White. They would, because of the brass neck on them. Wilder Fury too. Could Frank Warren take the Wembley date off them at a discounted price? Poor Frank would love that, wouldn't he? Oh my God! The Hearns losing money. Now, they won't lose money on that date. They'll see it through. They'll serve us up crap if they have to break even on it. But, Wilder against Joshua. No chance. They're not going to put that on, are they? But Miller, for sake. Miller. That reminds me. Mazda key fob. I had a Mazda, I had an 160 mile an hour Mazda. I blew it. It was chipped to 230 brake. Mega fast. I've got a spare key fob for my mate here. I'm going to drop him it off. Or his missus's son or relative or something. It reminds me to drop that off. Miller. Come on, Miller. Do me a favour. They were talking about Miller for Dave Allen, weren't they? Miller. Miller against Joshua for his American debut. Do me a favour! Jeez. I'm going to end up with an heart attack doing this boxing. It gets you so raging, doesn't it? Gets me raging. Really gets me raging. I just lose my cool. It just gets me so angry. I just lose my cool too easily about it all. But I just think that we're being took for mugs. You know, we're being took for mugs, and I've started the year off saying I'm going to buy every pay-per-view instead of trying to do them on them streams, because them streams are on lockdown now, aren't they? Them streams. But 1 minute. See. So, but it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. But I can't get over it, over the cheekiness of it. I watched some of them YouTubers from America. They were going on about the white bid and the what he's been offered and that, and it's just liberties. It's just proper liberties. And it just sends me mad. You've got some news here. I bet this is Ozzie Smith telling me that fake news. Vladimir says it's fake news. Him against Dillian White. Ozzy, I bet you're buzzing now. Now Vladimir's said it fake news, hasn't it? Still could still happen though, couldn't it? But oh, you're loving that one, aren't you, Ozzy? Now, old Porky's got one wrong. Well, you can only go on what people in media tell you, can't they? If somebody who's well known in media or who knows boxing rings me up and tells me that, you're going to take their word for it, aren't you? Maybe they were in talks and they've decided now they don't want to be. Who knows? But who's to say they're not going to wheel Vladimir out at Wembley in April, 2 years after his last fought, age 43 in his 70th fight, after having 5 losses and 4 of them knockouts. All right, mate. You take care. I'll speak soon. But well. That's that. It can't be Vladimir, so we have to cross Vladimir off at list now. We'll cross Vladimir off, but who it could be, I don't know. God, he can't fight Miller in New York. They'd never get away with it, would they? They can't get away with Miller in New York. They can't get away with doing Miller. We just can't. I'm not having it. I'm just not having that at all. I won't put up with that. I'm not the type of kid to put up with that at all. It's not in me. On to some different news now. I've done the Savannah Marshall interview today. I enjoyed that. She's a lovely girl, Savannah, and I consider her a friend. Dave Allen. Somebody's just tweeted me, I think it was Ozzy, saying that Dave's not heard out from Eddie Hearn. I don't know. and he's had offers, but he's staying loyal to Sky. Why would you stay loyal to Sky if you've not got a deal with Sky? Dave Allen's not got a deal with Sky, so why stay loyal to him? He didn't stay loyal to Sky when he agreed to fight on Dennis Hobson's show last April, or June, sorry. He didn't stay loyal to Sky when he fought in France against Tony Ayoko. So why is he staying loyal to Sky all of a sudden? Because there's talk about him fighting Brown or Price. I don't know. David needs to look after himself. If there's money on the table elsewhere, you go take it. Forget all that I want to be with Sky and all that, because Sky don't really... Well, what have Sky done for Dave Allen? They put him in with Ortiz, got him a good hiding and smashed to bits. That's what they think of Dave, don't they? So, I don't know, but... It's one of them things, isn't it? 26 minutes, but... I don't know, but... it is what it is, isn't it? It's right. Like or subscribe. I hope you're enjoying the channel. If anybody's got any ideas for the channel, please send me them. As for the prediction league, that's already started now. If there's any televised show, send me your 10. You've got to send 10 in. You've got to or pick the full show. Most you can send me is 10. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add them all up, and at the end of the year, I'm going to give you a Porky package, which will be Porky clothes, mug, you know, all that stuff. We've got Porky mugs now, haven't we? I'll sort out VIP tickets and after show party tickets for Dennis's Christmas show this year. That alone is like 220 quid for just them 2 tickets, and I'll top it up to 300 quid. And you can come on the channel if you want and tell me about your experiences in boxing, who you've met, what's your favourite fight and all that. I'll have you on channel. It might not, some people might say, oh, that's a bit cringe, this and that, but there is people out there that love boxing and they'll probably want to get involved. There's a lot of people want to be in Prediction League. I'm now taking it out to 20 people. If anybody wants to join at any stage, just send me your emails in. There won't be that many, will there? But send me your emails in of your predictions. And sometimes it's not about what you win. You know, I'm not going to say I'm going to give you money, but it's as good as money, isn't it? Because there's things I have to do to get stuff like that. The clothing has to be bought. Obviously I get it at a discount, but the mugs have to be bought. So it's not about material things or money and sometimes and winning. It's about doing it sometimes and getting the respect, because I'd like to think I'd be favourite to win this because I'm going to be in it. And if anybody beats me, well, I've got to send my own emails in as well, haven't I? So if I win it, I'll have to forward you them all. But I might not be in it actually, I don't know yet. But then again, you could test your wits against me, because I have won a few accumulators in the past. And it's all good, isn't it? Somebody could end up with 60 points to win it and end up picking 10 draws. But to pick 10 draws on one show would be a miracle, but 7 points for a draw. But anyway, shout out to K Official. They've been fantastic with me. Thank you for uploading me for that 6-7 months when I needed you. You were great. Shout out to little Lily. I hope you're alright. You'll be good for your mum and dad. And keep on trucking, but most of all, keep supporting boxing, because we are you, the fans, the boxing fans. Where would boxing be? And don't buy any more AJ pay-per-views unless he fights the top guys. Alright? Keep on trucking.